Oh, it's gonna be such bad quality now. That's my fault.
It says HD on it, so it should be okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is Digo here. I didn't do it. Because I thought it was gonna be nice today because today's a more different topic. The other day I found an article. I speak English.
An article
about Kendrick Lamar, focused around a dark-skinned activist who has a problem with him dating a lighter-skinned female.
Yeah, it's very funny that you said the other day you found this article since this is in news.
Yeah.
It's been in the universe for around like a year or so now, or like even older than that.
I'm not very up to date with, the
stuff
world.
like that. Yeah, I guess like true. Like, why would you have to know that people are like beefing over like the color of Kendrick Lamar's fiance or wife now?
I think she's
skin.
white,
And like that actually does bring up a good point where it's like this doesn't matter, it's not important or anything like that. Just because she's light skinned, he's dark skinned, it's like, oh, he's a rapper doing that rapper thing where he's like, oh yeah, I love my black women, but hey, let's go get some Latinas. Like, alright, cool. I understand the rage or like the frustration in kind of like dark skinned women's community where it's like, yeah, all these like black men, when they suddenly have money, they don't like date darker women because they're like suddenly like, oh, I'm attracting these lighter skinned women. Like, why would I want to be with the darker skinned woman? Like, if I can have a lighter skinned woman, like, I understand that, but it's like he shouldn't limit himself just because of this one stereotype. He shouldn't be like, oh no, I can't go out with you because then I'll get labeled as this and that and the other. Even though I'm pretty sure he was with this lady for like before he actually hit big time.
Yeah.
So it's like, whoever is like saying that, actually we have a name, Rashida or whatever. Some Rashida something. This black dark skinned activist.
Yeah.
I feel condescending doing this because like it is an issue.
Yeah.
Right? But it just sounds so like, I don't know, like in terms of what she's saying, I have to do this because I do think it's stupid.
Yeah.
The fact that she's angry about this, because like, let's just look into it. We can't just get our head up about things like this. There are more important things to be talking about rather than the fact that Kendrick Lamar is going out with a light-skinned, I think she's black, light-skinned black woman.
Yeah.
Like, let's just like get off our high horses and like kind of like just like get beyond the colorism, because at the end of the day, we're all black. Right? And we're still gonna get shot by the police. Okay? So people need to stop getting their underwear in a bunch. And like, it's kind of like for me personally, I don't know, like, because like I'm, neither of us are light skinned, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we don't know kind of like whether or not there is like kind of like any issues going on inside the light skin community, but I just believe that there are things going on inside the black community.
Yeah. And
let's just see it as the black community rather than the light skin and the dark skin black community. Yeah, I don't know.
You made some good points, and I'm gonna probably narrow it down and say, why not, instead of having separate minority groups, why not just have one big minority group?
Right. So like, you mean like not having like blacks and Asians and Mexicans and all that kind of stuff? I understand, but like, I feel as though the separateness is for a reason, I'm not saying like, oh, like, let's not mix or whatever, because obviously that's what I'm, I don't, my longest relationship was with a white guy, like, I'm not gonna say that, people shouldn't mix, but when in terms of like the separateness where we can like kind of like be like, okay, black people are going through this, Mexican people are going through this, Asian people are going through this, is because we do as minorities face different struggles. Things. It is because we're minorities, but then again, like when you're a black minority, you're gonna have a different struggle than a Asian minority. Because like I'm pretty sure that Asian people don't face the same stereotypes as black people. Black people don't face the same stereotypes as Asian people. So therefore, they're going to be seen as different. No one's going to be like, oh, you're a minority, I'm going to treat you both the same. Yeah. Like, no, you're black, you're Asian. I'm going to treat you this way because you're black. I'm going to treat you this way because you're Asian. Yeah. So, yeah. But I mean, back on the topic of the whole, dark-skinned men shouldn't be with light-skinned women. It's like, are we really going to be... It's kind of like saying, oh, black men should be with white women or white men should be with black women, stuff like that. Like, I'm sure a lot of people would be angry and upset if someone said that white men should be with black women because this, that, the other, you know. It's kind of like, or if a white woman came out and was like, you know, why is this white man with a black woman?
Yeah.
Kind of, like, we get why it's different in terms of, like, there isn't the same kind of, like, connotations with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you are still judging people and their relationships based on the color of their skin. And that's not right. Love is love, right? We're not gonna do this. This is stupid. Like, Kendrick Lamar, he's a huge advocate in the black community for blackness and for being proud of your skin, being proud of your dark skin. It's like, I think what he's doing now is even a symbol of what he stands for in terms of him saying that when you're black, and it doesn't matter whether you're light skin or dark skin because you're black. And so it's kind of like, you know, because he says, you know, complexion is a Zulu lie, you know? Like, get over it, really. Like, Rashida needs to get over it.
Definitely.
You know? You're obviously darker than me, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that it goes beyond just being black, you know?
Like different shades?
Yeah, so do you think like someone who is lighter than you would not be kind of like treated in the same way as you?
I'm not sure they'll be treated any differently, to be honest.
Right.
Because it's like, no matter what the shade is, like, he's still black.
Yeah.
So like, if a I don't know, like an Asian person comes up to you, it's like, I saw two black people. They're gonna be like, I saw a black person of this complexion and the black person of this complexion. They're like both under the category of black.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like we'd be treated differently.
Right.
In any situation.
I think the only difference you'll probably find is within the black community, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, other black people would be like thinking that a light-skinned person is more valuable than a darker-skinned person. You know, I think like on the outside, people are like, oh, look at these bunch of niggas fighting amongst themselves, right? But like within us, we're like, oh, like, you know, this light skin, like, you know, always like they, you know, they're pretty, they think they're better than everyone else. Then like light skin, like, oh, these dark skins always want to fight, you know, kind of thing, right? And it's kind of like that kind of thing. Like, I'm comfy middle, you know, like I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just gonna be here, sitting, you know, being like brown or whatever. I see it even within my own family. My family is just a whole assortment of different types of black people, and like my mom was telling me that like she's light, but she's not the lightest, right? And my uncle, he's actually the lightest, right? And she was saying that like one of her aunts from Jamaica would come over, aunt or something like that, and she would treat him a little bit better than my other uncle who is dark skinned, right? So it's kind of like, because there were like two parallels, right? You know, like Owen and Jordan kind of thing, but like my uncle's a little bit lighter than Owen, right? And so, you know, I was just thinking like, damn, like really? You know?
That's like messed up.
Yeah, it is, you know, like my little like, you know, white boy, and kind of like, it's kind of like the same concept that goes on in Brazil and stuff like that, where it's like you're meant to marry lighter. And I get that being like a cause for outrage when it's something that is culturally deep-rooted and expected of you. But we don't expect this of Kendrick.
No. Right?
We're not like, well, he's doing it because he has... No, he's doing it because he probably, most likely, genuinely loves this lady.
Yeah.
And it's not as though she just appeared into his life.
Yeah, from what I remember, she's been, like, around him since high school.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
so,
like
there's a lot of reason for him to be with her.
Right, exactly.
Instead of just for her skin.
Exactly. For me, I just, like, think that it's not really an issue worth talking about. Like, what we should be talking about is the fact that, one, Donald Trump is about to be president. And he's coming out with the most vile statements that you could possibly hear. He hasn't said anything about black people that I've heard just yet that could be cause for, like, you know, screw this guy. But he has been saying things about women. Rashida, that's the issue. When there are people in power who believe that women collectively are just objects and things to be talking about, let's not focus on the fact that you're a black woman and you're a slightly less black woman. Let's focus on the fact that you're a woman, right? And that you should be respected, and we are going to respect each other. We're not going to be grabbing each other's hair and trying to snatch each other's edges, you know, just because, like, say, like, oh yeah, well, you with a dark skin dude and you're not meant to be this, da 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 da, and you're always stealing our man, da da da. Like, no, let's not be catty. We have enough problems as it is. We don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, personally, that's just an opinion.
It's a very big opinion. There are a few tweets that came along with this.
Oh yeah? Like responses?
Yeah, about it.
Right.
And I'm going to try and get some without completely destroying everything.
So the chief qualifier for consciousness for men is exclusively dating darker skinned women. OKB. What?
I'm not entirely sure what this one means. I need a bit of translation for this.
Yeah, because I'm not entirely sure who Andre is kind of like trying to respond to here. Here I'm just happy Kendrick ain't wife in a thought and she's pressed over what is black. Right, okay. Yeah, there you go. That's a better example. Like, Kendrick has obviously found himself an intelligent, down-to-earth lady. She's pretty. She's obviously very loyal because they've been together for however long.
Yeah.
Right, let's not, kind of like try to nitpick at why she's around, be like, oh, maybe she's still there because he's suddenly making money from the rap game. The fact of the matter is that she was probably there when he wasn't making it big. He was probably there when he was just like making like little rap videos around Compton, and she was probably there, supporting him through it and believing in him. And the fact that she stayed around and waited until he actually or at least maybe she saw potential in him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the bigger issue is the fact that she believed in him, not the fact that she's around now and she's married to a rapper. Like, no, she rode through all the hardships that Kendrick had to go through. She stuck it through with him, and now he's being rewarded for it and she's being rewarded for it, and they're gonna go through this success together. It's kind of like it just annoys me,
Yeah.
Because I don't even know, it's just like, why is this such a big conversation within the black community?
Yeah.
Like, what is light enough and dark enough, and what is black, and what is this and that and the other, and we can get into all sorts, what hair is better, this and that, the other, and obviously rappers are gonna marry light-skinned girls with the good hair, da 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 da, and just
what was the cause?
It's just she's trying to say that she's conscious, right? She's trying to say she's woke. Yet to her, the only thing that matters is the dark-skinned portion of the black community, right? It's like we're flipping on the other side. And let's just be a community for once. And if you're conscious, you would know that colorism is a systematic thing instilled in us by white slave owners, where it's saying, if you're lighter, you're better because you're closer to white, right? If you're darker, you're this and that and the other. If you even entertain that idea, you are giving into what they want. Let's not push people out just because they're not as melaninly gifted. Let's not do that. I don't know. It's just something that really grinds our gears, because it's growing up in a community in Guyana in South America, where it's there's a whole mix of culture, and everyone kind of sees each other for what they are, right? And we're yeah, cool, we're all black, or we're all this and that, we're minorities and stuff like that. What's the issue? We're not going to say one is better than the other. We're not going to say that light skin and dark skin is better than the other, because we know that it's not true. The color of your skin doesn't necessarily gauge how black you are. I know a lot of light skinned people who are more conscious, if you will, about the black community than darker skinned people. That's not... She's just making herself look stupid.
I think that as someone who's supporting Kendrick Lamar, who's trying to bring everyone together and trying to show that, if we're black together. Yeah. The fact that she's separating her out of the picture. Yeah, exactly.
It's
sort of doing Kendrick an injustice.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. It is an injustice. Because who told her that she gets to choose who is black enough for Kendrick? you know? Like, if you're woke and dark skinned, and like I don't really see Kendrick as an activist for dark skin, you know? He's an activist for black people.
Yeah, as a whole.
You know? And that means that he has the right to choose from the spectrum of, like, you know, maybe I'll be a little bit more on her side if he was a white lady all of a sudden who grew up in the hills in like, you know, whatever, from the valley or whatever, you know? Like, then I'll be like, you know, yeah, that's a bit iffy. Like,
yeah.
Like, what's that about, right? You know? But, like, because she grew up in the hood just like he did.
Yeah.
Like,
they been through the same thing.
Exactly. Like, let's not do that. Like, we can do a little counter. How many times I've said let's not, you know, like, because I'm just like, let's not.
I don't do that just because you are.
Let's not. If anything, people should be happy that Kendrick is still with his high school sweetheart and hasn't left her for an IG honey. Like, I think they might be also referencing Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. In the fact that Kanye, who is meant to be like, yeah, black people, you know, kind of like, I don't know, has Kanye been that? No, yeah, you'd expect Kanye to be like, into his black women.
Yeah.
But he's with Kim Kardashian, the biggest appropriator of black culture, and her only being with Kanye West, in my opinion, has strengthened that kind of like, that appropriation, you know, kind of like her whole character is I'm a white lady, but, you know, I look like a black lady, so kind of like that's the whole appeal, you know, oh my god, you know, kind of like, oh, like, I grew up in, like, Hollywood, but then I have a huge, you know, she's, but, you know, that kind of thing. And, like, even with her sister, Kylie, with her lip injections or whatever, you know, it's kind of like, and all that, you know, just a whole Kardashian aesthetic, really. It's kind of like, yeah, Kanye, like, what's that about? And, like, people need to, if you're going to talk about something, talk about that, and maybe then I might be a bit on your side, but then again, I don't really like to comment on interracial couples like that, you know? It's like, who are we to judge and, like, say what exactly was the motive for them being together?
Yeah.
You know? Let's not think that Kanye West is just with Kim Kardashian because she's a famous name and that, you know, it's like kind of like, you know, she's white and she's, you know, pretty or whatever kind of thing, and he doesn't have time for dark-skinned women because dark-skinned women aren't fashionable and whatever. You can't have that on your arm because, hey, like, who wants a little nappy-headed dark-skinned girl on her arm? Like, that's no, alright? I'm not going to say that that's the reason why Kanye chose to be with Kim Kardashian, but all we know, he genuinely loves her, and like, maybe he does. They have 2 kids together.
Yeah.
They're still together, right? Despite that, like, how long have they been together? How old is Northwest? I don't know. It's been ages, right? And like, let's like think about the fact that Kim's last marriage lasted like 17 days or some crazy number like that. You know, and the fact that they're still together is pretty impressive.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about the Kardashians, so I didn't know anything about her previous wedding or marriage or anything. Yeah. But like, hearing that right now is just like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
She made a big step in her life.
Yeah, you know, and like, kudos to them. I don't like the Kardashians, but I'm not gonna say a bad word about their relationship because I feel as though that's just too personal for someone to be like, you know, no, or like to judge from the outside because you don't know. And especially from being in an interracial relationship and having people ask me, are you only with him for the money?
Oh.
You know? And that, I can tell you, is something that is just so invalidating about your relationship, you know what I mean? Where it's like, what, am I not allowed to just be with him because I want to be with him? Do I have to have an ulterior motive? You know? Is it just like, oh, yeah, they can't be together unless, like, he has jungle fever or, like, she is a gold digger or, you know, that kind of thing. Like, hey, we're all human, and, you know, just because, like, I found a white man attractive doesn't mean, you know, that I had any other plan other than I thought, damn, You know, like, like I don't get it.
Like the fact that you even got asked about like the money thing,
Yeah,
sort of like separates the whole like interracial couples being able to be a thing.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, you know, a white person can date a white person, and there's like never like, oh, she's only there for the money, or he only wants her because the way she looks. But as soon as like it comes over to like us crossing over, I guess you could say. Probably sounds a bit like rude saying it like that.
Crossing over.
But like, as soon as like the two like differences become along one side, it's like, oh, something has to be up here, and there has to be a certain reason that it's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like a bit rude that it has
like,
to be
why
asked.
do I have to explain to you my attraction?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just rude.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine having that on like a worldwide scale, where you just on Twitter, everyone's just kind of like coming up with their own assumptions, and like making, you know, kind of like saying this, that, and the other about you and your, like, you know, your partner, and say that, oh, you're only with him because of this and that and the other, and you're only with her because, you know, hey, she's light skinned. Like,
I feel like it's just like throwing it all back a bit.
yeah.
Like, we made all this progress to get to like the point of, you know, unity that we're at.
Yeah.
And then people are just like quiet, just like throwing it back a bit.
Yeah, like throwing it back. Yeah.
It just feels like a new segregation.
Yeah, it's,
sort of.
It's really not necessary. I feel like this whole colorism thing needs to stop, and we need to kind of like focus on what is important. The fact that in America people are dying in the streets, you know, and people are questioning, or like kind of, it seems as though the whole system is refusing to acknowledge the value of Black lives.
Yeah.
You know, and that the fact that we are just as important, just as human, and just as, you know, just as valuable as other, like, as white lives, you know? And like, it's like, you don't just get to shoot us. It's, you know, we're not cattle, you know? That's not what, you know, you don't just get to, like, even me, I wouldn't say like treat cows like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't even like suggest it.
Yeah, and like, that's what's happening to people who look like me and look like you.
It just puts fear in me, to be honest.
Right. It's scary, the fact that there's a whole country, and even here, Black people aren't necessarily treated the same way or seen in the same way.
It's like I hear that soon, or very soon even, that the police officers here might be getting guns because of all the terrorist attacks that have been happening. And hearing that put like fear in me, because I was like, what if there are like some corrupt officers?
Right, exactly.
Just like there are in America.
Right, exactly. And even like, because you do hear instances of police brutality, you know, with Black people, and even in here in the UK. And like, what really angers me too is the fact that there are people who kind of like refuse to acknowledge the fact that in the UK there is racism, and the system isn't entirely set up for the benefit of Black people. You know, where they're like, oh, we're nothing like America. Like, no. Okay, my brother told me stories of people, of like his friends who are Black, and them being harassed by the police and stuff like that, and, you know, not being believed over a white person and stuff like that. And yeah, people need to really wake up and see what the real issues are, because the issue is not the color of Kendrick Lamar's wife. It just really isn't.
There's a lot worse happening than someone marrying someone.
Yeah. Light skin, dark skin, we're still Black. That's the truth.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I feel as though this is gonna be probably, if it gets out there, or like even slightly more popular than your normal videos, it'll be a bit controversial.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with a bit of controversy. It's just like, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, true.
No matter where you go.
Yeah. Well, those are our thoughts, I believe.
And
Tired of this BS, you know.
next time we're going to be talking about female rights.
Are we?
I mean, we can.
Okay. Okay.
I'll say give it another month just before like this video explodes and like people start firing words of indecency towards me.
Oh God. Like, yeah.
It's not even just me, it's you as well.
Yeah, obviously. I've been doing most of the talking.
That's why I brought you on here, because you can say a lot more about it than me. I'm not very good with words. But thank you for doing this, because you've expressed a lot of stuff that I would not have been able to say.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll see you in the next vlog. I don't know when we'll be seeing you again. Whenever the weather. See you then.